Young bucks out here, this is all education. And even the old pimps have said it. Like the woman who like you. I'm not talking about no, 300-pound walrus or whatever else. I'm talking about the good, squared away women that like the best version of you. That doesn't mean you're a deadbeat, a derelict, a basement dwelling, whatever, loser. I'm talking about you're chasing excellence out here in this world. And you got to deal with the women who like you. Not the one you like, just like the old pimp said it. You got to focus on the women who like you. The 5% women who like you. Not just some run-of-the-mill chick out here that's ran through, that's searching for a hero. The ones who like you and who you are as an individual and are willing to add value to your life. We're not talking about no monetized affection or no, I like you because you do this for me and make me feel good with money and whatever else. Or I like you because of whatever achievement you have in life that that's going to improve my life, but I have no intentions of pouring back into your life. And that's what these young men need to look at. Look at the difference between how a woman is really invested in the man. Look at Simone Biles and her husband. You see how that woman will fight against an army of hyenas. She will fight against the sisterhood. She will do anything to protect her man and her situation. That's the type of woman you want down with you. Don't matter whatever kind of liberal, crazy stuff she says. She never rolls that guy up beneath the bus. She's never talking bad about him. That's because he's with a woman who likes him. She adores him. She loves him. And that's the sign of a good situation for a woman that's going to be on your team, a soldier. Of course, you got to be loyal and down with her. But the reality is you want somebody like that on your team. As opposed to good old Steph over there, my brother, Steph is the man. But at the end of the day, he's with a disloyal, treasonous woman. And once you see that signs of them, you got to downgrade them to community booty because you know they ain't got your back. They will stab you in your back in a second, betray you because they respond to the order. Feminism in the sisterhood, themselves, what's good for them, and they only care about themselves and what's good for them, and they live in their feelings and their emotion. If they won't even protect the image of the father of their children, their family, if this woman is willing to bring shame to her household, and her kids can watch that shit, and she won't even do it for her kids, protect the man that's the father of those kids, what the hell you think she would do to you? If she won't even protect her own kids, she won't do anything to you. And that's the reality of life. Sometimes it comes down to choices in life. And having people that are down with you, really down with you, as in their actions and behavior. And you can tell it, especially with these women. You get with a woman. See, the thing about it, even with Steph's situation, she thinks she's better than him. And we see that a lot of time in the black community because we're dealing with a matriarchal culture or a hyena culture. Not all women. I'm saying, I always speak up about the 5% women, where the women were raised to believe they're better than the black men. They use whatever tools of whatever supremacy or whatever else. Many of them behave like agents of the government, to be honest with you, holding you down. Most of them raise these boys without their fathers because they either chased their fathers away to the legal system or picked poorly and had to alienate him because the guy was terrible. And they raised these boys to be the men in their life that they could not maintain because their mama and their grandma never taught them how to take care of a man. Reciprocal energy. That's part of the social contract that women are supposed to provide for men to men. Saying that a man is a good man, he provides his part of the social contract. So they've raised these women to not be under the leadership of men, to not respect masculinity, to take their youth out here, get ramrodded and pounded out, wait till 30 when they all washed up, then they go get themselves a husband. And then you see all these women out here coming out supporting Ayesha Curse. Oh, she didn't get, like you're supposed to be ran through and have a hoe phase. The price of marriage, the price of sex used to be marriage. At some point in the history of civilization, the price of sex used to be marriage. And men were getting a woman that wasn't ran through. But now it's the violation of the social contract. The sexual revolution was big and sexual liberation was big. So most guys are getting women that, like I said, I talk about most men are nowadays are scrap sexual. And these women are trying to charge men they wouldn't date in their 20s the price of marriage for old ran through box. And some fools are stupid enough to sign on to a deal because most of these women don't even like these dudes. That's why you have these sexless marriages and all this other stuff, because the monetized aspect of dating is there because for these women, they don't like men. Half of them are liberal lefty, they support all these liberal lefty agendas, including the rainbow community and, transient activity or whatever else. So you think that type of woman who's hardcore feminist is going to follow under your leadership? They don't even like men. So to compensate for the fact that they don't like your ass, they're going to start talking about 100% provider man and providing all the bills, even though, man making six figures, even though the average woman, especially in the community, is only making about $36,000 a year, maybe even close to 40. So they want men to be making 100,000 plus a year, like they're making all kinds of money, and all that lies about the most educated bullshit. All that has been disproven. All has been disproven. All mass incarceration, all these things. Look at Medium Man's channel. These have all been disproven. Majority of men, and black men especially, don't even have no damn kids. All these are lies. There's a 15% of the men who are making all the babies. We already know the deal. So we study all these stats and whatever else. The fact of the matter is this. The majority of them, they want the lifestyle. They want to be underneath your wallet, not your leadership. So you're dealing with a 5%. I'm down to 5%. And these stories like this Ayesha Curry situation is not making it any better. Young men are looking at this and say, hell to the no. You can do everything right. And Steph Curry is a stand-up dude. And you still have some damn, hyena, trying to bring down your kingdom with disloyalty, disrespect, and treasonous behavior. And I don't care what these women think. And I don't care what these simps think and whatever else. Because they're all a part of the same bullshit. They support to facilitate this stuff. You think about it. All the women that are surrounded her, maybe the ones who envy her position, they're encouraging this bullshit. I do see a lot of sisters out there pushing back against this stuff, which is absolutely great. But young men need to use this as a situation. Look at the difference between how Simone Biles responds to her husband and how Ayesha Curry did. If you see a woman and you're young, focus on the women who like you and who like you more. Those are the ones who are going to listen to you. Those are the ones who are going to respect you. I'm talking about good quality women who like you more. Expand your horizon, expand your options. You should be out here working hard, chasing excellence. Meet people organically. Not on no dating sites, not on no hookup sites or whatever. Through your pursuit of excellence as a young man, your profession, being incredibly competent in what you're doing, making money, investing, being skilled. Meet people naturally who like you, period. Not with the exchange of money and expensive date. Let me tell you something. If a woman really like you, she's going to want to be in your company. It don't even matter if she don't even want to eat at that restaurant. She just want to be with you. She order a salad and sit down there just to spend time with you. It ain't about money and flexing money and whatever else. If she really wants to be with you. Otherwise, you're dealing with just monetized dating and, eating leftovers and whatever else. But that's how you can tell when women are really down with you. When women are down with you, it's easy. Easy to deal with them. Not, unless she's a, crazy psychopath and jealous and whatever else. But that's the whole idea. That's all about vetting and getting rid of them early. But look at the signs. So when she's seen Steph was probably, was attracted to her. He probably spit game to her. Probably, wooed her over, and she probably just got with him because he was Steph Curry and he had a Del Curry's son and the future was there. But she wasn't really feeling him like that. But he wooed her over. But so she, in her mind, she thinks she's better than Steph. And she don't like the fact that Steph Curry's getting all this attention, validation, while she's over there having babies like a normal traditional woman that respects and values her husband, her family. Man, she don't want to be seen. She don't want to be on camera running her mouth. And most of these women, you ever seen Denzel Washington's wife on the front trying to be out here you know, making it. You see these hyenas like the Michelle Obamas and the whatever else running their mouths over here. Most women that are, you know, that are truly traditional or feminine or down with a man, they stay in the back. They stay in the backdrop. They're happy to be at home with their family and whatever else. But this is a good sign for the young men to look at, get with the women that are down with you, man. You know, and that's probably about a 5% chance out here today because of the way shit is monetized, because you got these hardcore feminists or these covert feminists out here that all got all kinds of scams going on, trying to extract resources because of the way inflation is going and the, you know, the economy is going and all these government programs are being cut. So they're circling back with this, talking this provider bullshit, like any of them is any virgins or whatever else. They don't want to pay no bills, even though many instances it takes two incomes to survive out here, because they're not talking about love or connection or whatever else. They're talking about money, because they really deep down inside they don't like men. Avoid these broads at all costs. You're better, you know, peace is a new wealth for men. You better off being single than getting with some of these broads. And you know it, because a lot of you guys have that post-nut clarity depression. You get in there, you thinking you found something good, you bust a couple off, and then you start looking at her and you see all the debauchery going on in her life, all of the damn, you know, either she's disrespectful or mismanaged money, or she's ran through, or she thinks she's better than what she is, or she sees her body as her only source of value, and she don't bring nothing to the table. She's an empty vessel. She has no skills, no domestic skills, no nurturing skills, no whatever skills, and she's just looking for a sucker. You've had that PNC. We all had that PNC. That's what's going on right now. It's not about, you can get a box galore, especially if you're squared away and you got money. You can get box all day long. But finding women that are really down with you and that are like, ain't ran through and like, you know, got your back, and ain't obese and 300-400 pounds, that take care of themselves, good luck. You in the 5% category. It ain't like devout, hardcore feminists, radicals and shit, like, you know, hardcore, you know, marching in the Rainbow Parade and shit type women. Good luck with that. Or ain't like sexually liberated, you know, empowered, you know, community booty women. Good luck. This is dangerous times, I'll be honest with you, especially now with the economy. It's cuffing season with the weather. You know, protect your wallet, protect your mental health, protect your peace. 5% women. Guys, make sure you hit and like the video. We'll talk about it more often. But this is how you understand, for the young bucks vetting women, the best decision you can make, if you're making make a decision with a woman, make it when you're young, make it a one-time thing, pick good the first time. You know, you don't want to get older, it gets worse. Whew. You have more options out here, but man, never mind. I'm getting that in a different video. I'll talk about that later. Peace. I'm out.